This game is becoming one of the best drifting games. We got a massive new update. Let's jump in, let's check it out. We'll start off with the best thing, which is 25 player sessions. You heard it right, 25 players, more than CarX, and more than double Forza Horizon 5. So you can make a private session just with your friends, 25 people. And they've also updated the server time to last 5 hours. The next new feature is amazing. We've got live competitions that you can start during the session. We've got 3 different modes. The first one is this one, the Tandem Battle. And you can either be the leader or the chaser. As you can see, I'm chasing right now. My job is to get really close to the car in front and just hold a good tandem. You drift through the section and at the end you'll get a reward that's either going to be money, likes or hearts. Seems to be totally random, but whether you win or lose you do get something, which is pretty nice. And then obviously you can be the leader, which is much different. Your job as the leader is to hit all of the clipping zones and drift at a good angle. Again, you'll be scored out of 100, and whether you win or lose, you'll get a reward at the end. That takes us on to the next competition, which is the freestyle drift. And here's me competing against the actual OverDrift developers. So the freestyle competition, how it works is you get 3 minutes to drift around to get points by doing jumps, drifting, hitting the clipping zones, all that sort of stuff. And at the end of the time, whoever's got the most points wins. And again, whether you win or lose, you still get a reward. Now there's loads of these areas all across the map. Pretty much every single location has a freestyle event, a tandem event, and the next one which we'll check out, which is the circuit drift event. Now the circuit drift challenge is similar to the freestyle drift challenge, except you've got to drift an actual circuit. So you've got to stay on the track, you've got to follow the lines, but again the objective is just to get the most drift points. And every single one of these new challenges, the freestyle event, the tandem battle, and the drift circuit event, you can play all of them solo, or you can get multiple players. So obviously with the tandem event you can do a maximum of 2 players, but I'm pretty sure the freestyle and the circuit drift you can have as many players as you can fit into the starting area. And if you're wondering how to start one of these events, basically you just park up, the green light will flash, and if someone else parks up at the same time as you while the green light's flashing, they will be in the same competition as you, and you'll be competing against them. If they don't park up in time before the green light stops flashing and it counts down, then they won't make it into your competition. But yeah, all of these events you can do solo, and it's a lot of fun, it's really cool. Loads of people are trying it, it's getting a lot of people back to the game, and I definitely recommend it. Amazing new feature, and it's a really smooth system of how you start the race. You don't have to go into the menus or anything, you just park up and play. Now we've got 2 brand new cars just added to the game as well. We've got the classic AE86, the Toyota Trueno, legendary drift car. As I've got the DLC, it comes with a few livery options, a few upgrades already. But yeah, we've got the classic AE86 now. And we've got a second new car, which is called the Royal in-game, which is the Toyota Crown, or the Toyota Majesta, I think. Again, I've got the DLC, so I've got a few livery options, a few free upgrades as well. Both really nice classic JDM drift cars. Nice addition. Another thing they've added is 50 plus new liveries. So if you've got the DLC version of the game, there is now 50 plus brand new liveries added for loads of different cars. Pretty much every single car has 3 options, different liveries, different styles, and also different builds as well, like different wheel choice, and also different engine sounds. So if you've got the DLC version, they've now given you a lot more content for the money. And some of these designs, as you can see, are actually really good. So if you do have the DLC, go and check them out. Another thing they've added in this update is something I really like, is they've added more stuff to the map. So certain areas that were kind of a bit boring or a little bit empty, they've added new props like the hanging footballs and dice that you can hit into. They've added new ramps, new lines, different sections, just lots more props, lots more fun things to drift around in those areas where there wasn't too much stuff. So a few new things over at Quiet Town. And then over at the Boomba Mall section, we've got loads of new stuff. We've got loads of different props, we've got hanging things to crash into, we've got breakable objects. We've got loads of new parked cars and trucks and containers and stuff, creating a lot of new lines. And it makes this area just a lot more fun to play, loads more stuff to do. And I think the docks area kind of shows you what they're going for. Look at how much stuff they've added over here. If this doesn't look like potentially the future best drift game ever, I don't know what is. We've got 25 player sessions, an amazing map to drift around, loads of fun stuff to do. I highly recommend it. Now on to the last couple of new features. You might have noticed while I'm drifting, I'm getting a lot of bonus scores like jump drift, drift tap, backwards entry, all that sort of stuff. They've added loads of new things to the point scoring, so when you're doing drift events or trying to earn money, doing jump drifts or getting big angle is going to get you even more. And then finally, we've got a few other things to mention. We've got car suspension physics improvements, increased suspension elasticity and dynamic weight distribution, so I guess just more realistic suspension physics. Many small improvements and many bugs fixed. They fixed a bug with freezing at 10 kilometers an hour. I never had a problem with that, but if you did, that seems to be fixed. They've got a lot of graphics improvements. A lot of people have been saying they're getting better FPS and the game seems to look better. And you also get a points evaluation when you're tandem drifting, so again, another thing to get faster money and more points during events. I've got to say, this game, every time they do an update, really impresses me. They really listen to the community, what people want and what people are asking for, unlike some other developers in this scene. And I think OverDrift Festival has the biggest potential for any drifting game. So Forza and CarX, OverDrift are coming for you and they're making some big moves. I think when this game comes to console, it might be game over for Forza drifting and maybe even CarX. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like. Subscribe for the latest news and videos on OverDrift Festival, CarX and Forza. I appreciate you watching to the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care.